It is only thee that we worship. That is why we have come this very evening on this hallowed platform that you yourself created, to offer you unadulterated praise and to hand over to thee all that we can ever become, because Biafra is yours. This very family of IPOB, you molded yourself, you decreed that IPOB must come, and now that we have come, that we may worship thee, O Elohim, please accept our offering of praise and sacrifice unto your holy name, because there is no other like thee. We will continue to adore thee, we will continue to worship thee, and as I said before, and I will reiterate as we pray unto thee, that Biafra is your possession, we will sacrifice Biafra unto thee, that you may guide us in all that we do. It's only you that sees the hearts of men. If there is anything that we are hiding, if there is anything that we have concealed from our people, oh Elohim, you will judge us very harshly. But if our hands are clean, our hearts very pure, you will bless IPOB, and you will bless me, and you will bless my family, because it's a promise from you. All our hope and our trust is upon thee. May your name be glorified. May you be exalted. May you, O Elohim, be praised. Now and forevermore we pray. Ise, Ise, Ise.
Bona toge Biafra rokobore makokari mano urawo. Afi bona toge Biafra rokobore kari mano urawo. Afi bona toge Biafra rokobore makokari mano urawo. Afi bona toge Biafra rokobore kari mano urawo. Imanadika Dita Jaravia Gane Bugabaya Imanadika Dita Jaravia Gane Bugabaya Ogano Chore Aso Coach Betena Bagati Tindino Ogago Chore Aso Coach Betena Bagati Tindino Abo Brother Masikwala Makine Sirike Kiweri Sigiro Basabo Esyo Ema Wanawa Kesene Ne Marum Makiwere Ndoge Biego Imana Bunkage Makiwe Iesendelu Enye Dia Unine Kero Sabo Nduhe Wegudo Nduhe Wege Mborogo Awike Chuhosa Nduhe Wegudo Nduhe Wege Mborogo Awike Chuhosa Sabo Ọtụtụ alala n'ike, ọtụtụ nwụrụ n'ike n'ihe agbego kere ha. Ọtụtụ alala n'ike, ọtụtụ nwụrụ n'ike n'ihe agbego kere ha. Otu aka ọ ga-adị mgbe Biafra ga-abịa, ọtụtụ ndị ga-anọ n'ụra. Etu aka ọ ga-adị ewo mgbe Biafra ga-abịaru, ọtụtụ ndị ga-anọ n'ụra. Obodo ọma Nwafọ Igbo na-achọghị Biafra arụkọ obodo ya, ọ karịa mmanụ Afọ Igbo na-achọghị Biafra arụkọ obodo ya, ọ karịa mmanụ ọnwụlugo. Mafi bona chage Biafra roko bore amako kari amana wulgo. Wanem bianara Biafra do bianara ya iya wedere gem brother. Senator bianara Biafra. Governor bianara Biafra. Abstinate bianara ya. Abataya kia wedere gem brother. O wanile yala omo Biafra kanyi kele tuko kike.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
We are not like other people, because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood, but they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special, exceptionally special, the largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwokika Biama is with us. We did it because Chukwokika Biama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
We have a message for the world. We have a message that we send to the world. The message is the message of freedom. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're not trying to take what anybody has. What we are asking for is to be left alone. Leave us alone. The British government, they have tried since 1914 or what they're about. They came in, they created this large thing they call Nigeria. They gave it a name. We don't know what that name means in any of the languages of that nation, of the people that they created. They just came in and say, you know, you, and then they look for a name, something that came out of a slot name, a nigger. I know what it means for you to open up your mouth here in this country that I am, to call somebody the N-word. And Nigeria, that's what it stands for. Nigger area. The area where they have the largest population of black people, and these white stooges looked at us as monkeys, as people who are subhumans, and they gave us a name, and they called us Nigeria. Go to, in French, it's Nigeria. This in our own area is Nigeria, Nigger area, the area where we have population of niggers, people who have no brain. They came there, they took us, killed our ancestors. Up till today, they have not given up. They're still struggling to keep that their big market that had long time. Even the man that created it, he said something at the creation. He said, after 100 years, if these people cannot get together, then let them go. 100 years, they thought was never going to come. Of course, it has come and passed, and they're still struggling to keep us together. We are not going to be together. We cannot be together. They know that themselves. All they are doing is struggling and struggling and struggling and trying to, put a square peg in a round hole. To never work. Oil and water never mixes, no matter how much you try. No matter how much you try to put them together, they never exist. Today, there is one of us, a Biafran, who has chosen to align with the enemy and fights against his own people. We don't care. You are not fighting anyone. Don't use the word fighting. You're not fighting anybody. He is trying to become the president of the zoo, and they think we are interested in it. We are not. You can become their president. That's your right. But the truth is that our leader, where he is quietly cooling down in the jail where they put him, Chukwu Okike Abiyama is doing the work. He's behind the scene doing the work gradually. Everybody is fighting helter-skelter. Everybody is panicking because the court woke up and said, just one morning and said, you know something, this guy didn't do nothing. They know. We know. They can't go to bed. Now the government is running helter-skelter. The Katurera that calls himself Malami, he's not a lawyer. He just went through the school, God knows which university. And he has to pass, he's from his, the truth is Nigeria is this. Let me let the world know. There's something they call the quota system. The quota system has to do with percentages in the school. One of them went for an international, I don't know his name, I can't remember his name now. Somebody out there listening will remind me his name. He went for an international examination and he came in at the bottom. He went last. They were not thinking before they sent that guy, because he wasn't going to go there to do anything, because he doesn't know anything. The one they call Malami, I don't know if he was the one that went for that international examination that comprises of other countries, and he couldn't even make it anywhere up. So the point I'm trying to make is that the quota system is something that they say, something, because you are from a particular region, if you make 15%, you're okay. Then you're from the other region, if you make 95, no, you don't pass. The man that passes is the man that made 15. And they are bringing it to the world. Look at him, a lawmaker. An appeal court gave judgment that took him by surprise. He has not obeyed the law of the lower court, of the judgment. Now he's appealing now to another court. You think the days are gone when we are stupid? Even though Nigerians, they are not stupid. Let me not use the word stupid. They are just being mischievous. They know the truth. They sit on the truth. They don't want to speak the truth because they are afraid of one thing or the other. Not they are afraid. Some are not even afraid of anything. Some are, as long as it doesn't come from my brother, from my cousin, from my tribesman, it does not matter. But you know something? You are all stupid. I wouldn't use the word foolish. You are stupid in the sense that when that stone is thrown into the marketplace, you don't know who is going to fall on. Could fall on your mother, your brother, your cousin, your uncles. It's a marketplace. You lift up a stone, you throw it up, it's going to fall on somebody. And that person might be your person. So when they are treating Nnamdi Kanu the way they are doing, and we are not saying anything, we are just closing our eyes. Hey, you are getting ready for the rainy day, because it's going to come. Definitely it's going, that stone that went up there is going to come down. And wish, very much wish, and you should wish, not me, you should wish that it doesn't fall on you or your cousin or your brother. Because let them be running around. I heard, I'm not sure, that is going to Supreme Court. Okay, they can go to wherever they want to go. That's not a problem. The truth is that the man that is creating the problem is not the man that went to the Supreme Court. It's the Supreme Court themselves. Because if you throw that thing on my table on somebody who is really a lawyer, a legal person, and you throw that document you're appealing and say, no, take this shit off my desk, go and obey the law first, then you can come back. That has been the system. Even our leader, Mazi Iyke, once said something like that. If you are a coordinator, if you are somebody in the office, in the IPOB, and you're dismissed, obey before complain. Do it first. Then come back and talk about it. You cannot remain where you have been asked to leave and then you are making... Isn't that an insult? It's been happening over and over. Let people watch it. How many courts in the zoo told the federal government to let Mazi Iyke go? Do they obey any of those courts? No. All they do is they go to another court without obeying the first one. And this is supposed to be from Malami, a lawyer, attorney general, whatever they call him. I don't know what that means anyway. Is the attorney general now? He's the Lord. Attorney general that I know in my own country where I live in the United States of America obeys the law. He can't. I remember something in California recently. I didn't follow the story closely. Somebody who made a comment about thing, somebody, a child who looked like a monkey and things like that. He has to throw in his papers for saying that. Malami is still in office. That will tell the world, people that want to invest in Nigeria, that you are going to waste your time. These people are not law abiding. The court says something, they do what they want to do. So let the Supreme Court sit down there and embarrass themselves. Somebody is given an order by an appeal court. He has not carried it out. Then he's coming back to you to listen to his case. No, that's not what your law book says. I am not a lawyer, but I know pocket one. I can always read books here and there. I know that you obey before you complain. You let Nnamdi Kanu go home, then the court is still there. You go back to the court and do what you have to do if you think you're going to achieve anything. Because there is something in the area they call the zoo. For them, when somebody goes out there, pays the police and takes you and put you in jail, I have locked him. That's all. That is why we have thousands and hundreds of people in jail that did not do anything. The police will put them there 2 years. What's prison anyway? If you can be in jail for up to 1 year because somebody filed a complaint and they put you there and you're forgotten, unless the person there has somebody outside who's going to go around spending money and paying the police and all the rest of them, you put somebody in jail. But meanwhile, they will tell you, oh, you're not supposed to be in jail for a couple of hours. The bail is free and all the rest of them. That's a story for the moon, not the story for the zoo. A bunch of animals, people that are dead are intellectuals, but they keep quiet over these things. Today it is happening. Everybody is running for shelter. Everybody is running from kidnappers. Yes. Why wouldn't they kidnap you? Why? They have nothing to eat. You created them, you put them in that situation where they are, so they resort to, okay, let me take you. Even if I don't get you because you are very protected, I can get your wife, I can get your niece, I can get your cousin, somebody that is related to you, and you're going to bring out that money and give me to go feed myself. You created the monster, all of you guys out there. You are the ones that created this monster. Frankenstein, haven't heard that story before? A mad scientist who created a monster. When the monster takes off, he finds it very hard to control the monster, because the monster now becomes the person in control. The monsters that you have created in the zoo today, they are taking over. It's coming. You think it's going to go away? No. It's not going to go away, because there's no food for them to eat. So if I should know that if I get out there and pick up somebody and collect money, I'm not supporting this, but I'm telling you the facts. Don't think that I'm thinking that what they are doing is right. Absolutely not. Not correct. Because they are not taking the people that is starving them. They are taking the people that have nothing to do with it. People as hungry as they are too. That's the problem I have. If you can go to Abuja, go to the Senate House and start picking them one by one, believe me, I'll clap for you. I will clap for you. Picking the politicians one by one, wherever they are, I will give you a very, very sounding ovation. But you are picking innocent ones. You are going to pick up a lady who is trying to survive, a widow who is in the market selling groundnut or cocoyam or whatever, something to take care of herself. You go there, you take her. And you think that the politician will come out because it's either it's the mother or the cousin or the auntie or whatever. They are not going to come out. They were there before the woman resorted to going to the market to sell uguri and groundnut. They didn't do anything. So for them, when you take her, is another problem out. That is it. So for you guys who think that kidnapping is lucrative, go to Senate House, go to Abuja, go and carry them there. They are the ones that are keeping you in your perpetual servitude. Go there, take them. Leave the poor innocent alone. The people that people are suffering like you, my dear. They have nothing. I know you have been subjected to that kind of situation, but please look for the people that subjected you to it. and leave the innocent ones on their own. I'm not advocating that kidnapping is business. Of course, it is not business. You know that. You're risking your own life. You're endangering your own life as well. But when you want to decide that this is what you want to do, go and look for the people that are keeping you in servitude. The Alamajiri is in the north. Look at all those children in the north that are walking the streets, millions and millions of them. How did they get into the street? Who are their parents? Who are their where's their father? Where's their mothers? The same politicians that gave birth to them. They give birth to children, they throw them in the street. They grow up with no direction. And then when election time comes, they go give them money, they vote them into office. The same people that are killing them. We have said it before over. Our leader have said it before. The Biafrans have said the same thing over and over and over. But nobody seems to want to listen. All they are thinking of and waiting for is the election. When the time comes, they tell you the North cannot vote for any Igbo man. The North cannot vote for any Yoruba person. Yes. Of course. Because you have subjected these people to food. Once you bring out a pyramid of rice and keep it there, and they come, give them like one cup, 2 cups to go feed themselves, they go dump the vote for you. Nobody has ever won an election in the zoo, and we know that. And nobody will ever. So P2B, I am calling you by your name. I don't know where you are from. The only thing that makes you a Biafran is the name Obi, because your name is Peter Gregory Obi. I've never seen where Igbo man answer to me. My name is Chukwuemeka. Forget about this Ike Peters thing. Chukwuemeka Iyke. That's my real name. Even if you add Peter that the British man brought from his country to come and give my parents, my father told me a very funny story. My father started, the family, even though he was a teacher, but he was a local person, a traditional man in the village. And then when he got married, he decided to go to church. He didn't have an English name. My mother, on the other hand, did not have an English name. My mother is Uzejingwa, beautiful name. And my father is Mbaotolo, beautiful name. So they went to the church to talk about their wedding. And the white pastor, my father told me this story clearly. The white priest comes out and says, okay, you have to be baptized. And when they baptize you, they'll give you a new name. So on the baptism, they asked my father, what English name do you want to answer? The man was looking at the priest because he didn't plan that. And they said, okay, this baptism, your name is Joseph. And then they turned to my mother. Do you have an English name you want to answer? My mother said, no. I say, okay, your name is Maria. So my father's name is Joseph, my mother's name is Maria. You know what that means now? Jesus Christ and Virgin Mary and Joseph. They gave them that name. And then that's how they got baptized. Coincidentally, they gave birth to their first child, John Chukwudi Ike. John Chukwudi, JC. So when I went to home, I said, JC, I'll call Jesus Christ. Joseph and Mary, but I'll call more Jesus Christ. So now go the Jesus Christ. It's funny, but it's not funny. You see, I'm just telling this story to let you understand that I've never seen a Biafran answering 2 English names. Until recently, I saw somebody answering Peter Gregory. Anyway, let me not go there. But what we're trying to say in a nutshell is that freedom is our goal. What we want is our freedom, no matter what they do. The court is it will still end up in what we have been told. The plan that had been on for decades, it did not start today. It started with somebody they call what's his name again? The northern man that came from Fulani man that came into the north and started killing them. Eventually They had what they called Hausa Fulani. There's no such thing. Hausa is Hausa, Fulani is Fulani. You've heard it from their own mouth. We've said it before, but they keep saying it. They are coming in for total Islamization of that thing they call Nigeria, with the support of the British people. Because I read somewhere in history that they could have taken over the whole of Africa if not the British people that stopped them. They didn't stop them because they were stronger than them. They only told them, why do you want to kill yourself? What you're looking for is what we are looking for. We are looking to take over this place, so you are looking to take it over. So let's join hands together. That promise that they made to the Fulanis is what they're still keeping today. They can never turn against them. Let me use the Igbo word because that's where it's better for me. The British barando with the Fulanis. Then they will always get a stooge. They will always get somebody who will support what they are doing. For them, divide and rule. They know how to go into a society, in an organization, in a society, in a family, and pick up somebody and say, you know something? This man is your problem. Two brothers, they go say, this one is the one trying to. Both of you are fighting yourself. They don't even end up with one person. Let us say they tell B that A is your problem. Then they go to the back and tell A that B is your problem. They have been doing that, and they'll keep on doing that. They did that in the West. Afonja. What's the story of Afonja? That's how they got into Ilorin. Today they are doing it. They're trying to do it in Biafra land. It's not going to work. Why is everybody panicking? Because the court said, Mazi Nnamdi can't do anything. Let him go. He's not a politician. He's not in politics. He can never support any political party that I know. He has said it. His aim, his work is to get Biafra. And Biafra is what we are all to get. All of us following him are Biafrans. No matter anybody shaking, anybody even shaking your head or even trying to think because somebody has come out from somewhere and start talking, who cares? Who cares about who? The truth is coming gradually. I think I hear what he said. No Northerner should vote for Igbo man. When they talk about Igbo man, they talk about Biafra. Because for them, Nyamiri is Nyamiri. Nyamiri is not just anything, anybody. Nyamiri is Biafra, and Biafra, for them, nobody should vote for them. Nobody should vote for Dua. Yoruba, he made it very clear. One Nigeria indeed. One Nigeria indeed. God bless one Nigeria. All of you should start thinking like normal people and start believing, knowing that our hope, the only hope of the world for us is Biafra. For the Yoruba man, the only hope he has is Yoruba nation. Stop deceiving yourself. There is no such thing as one Nigeria. To your tent, O Israel. That's the way they say it. Because they have plans, and these plans are what.
If you have an iPad here and you have access to the internet right here, I will just invite you, please go online straight away and go to wikipedia.org, Wikipedia, and type into the search engine Abuja Declaration 1989, and this information will come up. Islam in Africa held a conference in Abuja in 1989. At the end of it, they issued a declaration, and it goes to eradicate in all its forms and ramifications all non-Muslim religions in member nations. Such religions shall include Christianity. Now please note that word. To eradicate in all its forms and ramifications. Now Nigeria is a member nation. All non-Muslim religions, such religions shall include Christianity. The word Christianity in the communique was underlined. To ensure only Muslims are elected to all political posts of member nations, to ensure the appointment of only Muslims into strategic national and international posts of member nations, to ensure the ultimate replacement of all Western forms of legal and judicial systems with the Sharia. Then to make sure that this strategy works, because it's going to require money. Babangida, as the self-appointed president of Nigeria, put his hand into the treasury of Nigeria, took $21 billion out and gave it to OIC, to the Islamic Development Fund of OIC, and said, take this money for the total, I'm quoting, for the total Islamization of Nigeria in particular and Africa in general. Babangida paid $21 billion of our money to turn Nigeria into an Islamic nation. And they have started. Boko Haram, don't look at it as something that is isolated to the northeast. It is meant to cover the entire nation until Christianity is eradicated in all its forms and ramifications. There are two ideologies inside the Nigerian constitution. Let me show you something. Sharia is mentioned in your constitution 73 times. Islam 28 times. Grand Qadi 54 times. Muslim 10 times in the Nigerian Constitution 1999. There is no single mention of Christ in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of Christian in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of Christianity in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of church in the Nigerian Constitution. Now I ask you, sir, I ask you, ma, is your country an Islamic state, a Christian state, or a secular state?
This is the question. These are things that are verifiable. This clip has been on the internet for God knows how long. Nigerians are very educated people. When we air it in Radio Biafra, this is not a Biafran talking. This man talking, his name is Bosu. Bosu is not a Biafran name. I don't know him, I've never met him before. But this is on the internet. It's been there. It's something you can verify. He gave you references to what he's saying. For those of you who are educated, look at the constitution. It's computer in 1 second will tell you. Just type Christianity, Google it on that, and Google should tell you how many times they have all these things. They'll find out that there was somebody from London who tried to argue with me. I gave him this, and he went, and I was expecting to hear from him. After about 3 weeks, he called me. He said, "You are right, though." I said, "We are always right. Not I'm right. I didn't write it. I didn't say it. I'm only saying what somebody said, which I verified." So when you hear things, you go out there and verify. The British man came to our land, said, you, he gave you a name. You all answered the name. You are still answering the name, jumping. Even some of us are taking 2 names, Peter, Gregory. I don't know, Gregory, maybe it's the Akabogo one. I don't really understand that. I have nothing personal against anybody. I'm telling you the truth, nothing. But what we are saying is that our quest is Biafra. We are going to get Biafra. No matter what they do. He said, if any will just time. Asina oji fe nwata we ni aka yenu. Akalowe owu aka nwata we require his own property. It's going to happen in our lifetime. God's willing, we are going to see Biafra. Because when you take some of people of my colleagues, they were born into, some of those were teenagers when the first Biafran struggle. We survived it. We're still here today. Some of us are still here talking. Because we have a mission that God has given us to say, listen, liberate your own people. I am going to be on your side, but I have rules and I have laws, and you have to keep to those laws. Nnamdi Kanu, what if you're mayor? No. He has a mission. He will be alive. He will be strong. What haven't they done? How many people did they kill in Umuahia just trying to take his life? They kidnapped him in Kenya. And if we are here, the whole world will keep quiet. The point is that it is very funny because even the bush fowl, in the traditional saying, was screaming in the bush. People were hearing his voice, and somebody came around and said, "Why are you disturbing the neighborhood?" He said, "Because I saw them killing the chicken. And I know that the way they are eating this chicken is going to finish very soon. And I will be next. So I'm crying now that people will go and save the chicken because I'm afraid that the thing is going to get to me." That's exactly the way it is. You take an innocent man that didn't do anything, you put him in jail. Nobody is talking. Nobody. Because it's what? Because it's Mazi Nnamdi is an Igbo man. Don't worry. When the Igbo man finish, they will come after you. They will come for you. They are now saying north. The middle belters are they north? Let us talk about north. Obadiah, what happened to him? Dr. Obadiah. What happened to him? They killed him. We know all this game. They will keep killing. But you know something? It is better because you talk, you die. You not talk, you go die. Better do the talking. If they want to take you, that is a way God has made it for you.
Forget a massacre. How can you be alive during the time of a bloody genocide? Survive it and forget? No.
American professor Uju Anya was born in Nigeria, and her family survived a war that was sponsored by the British Empire.
Queen Elizabeth II, before she died, never once openly acknowledged what her government did on her behalf, in her name, to prop up her crown and to pad her coffers and her royal treasury, and never once said sorry.
Dr. Anya was born in 1976 in the aftermath of this war.
So what I saw was kind of the bombed out buildings and the reconstruction projects, and of course the conversations around the dinner table. My mom was pregnant during this war and running from village to village to escape the massacre.
Like so many conflicts, the roots of this war can be traced back to colonial rule. In 1914, the British Empire forcibly merged 400 different ethnic groups and tribes to create its largest colony at the time, Nigeria. Take a look at this news report during the Queen's royal tour in the 1950s.
These and many others marched slowly past the royal pavilion in salute to the Queen. Never before had such a magnificently comprehensive tribute been witnessed in Nigeria.
Even after Nigeria gained independence in 1960, there were still people who felt they didn't want to be a part of this newly formed country. This desire to create the breakaway state of Biafra would set off a civil war that lasted nearly 3 years.
Fight on, brave boys, fight on! Heroes of our fatherland, pursue the enemy, harass him, destroy the invader.
In response, the Nigerian government imposed a blockade on Biafra, which cut off all food supplies to the area. In living rooms across the world, people watched news clips of children with bloated bellies and sunken eyes.
3 million civilians were massacred, and they were done so using guns and bombs and supplies provided by the British government, at which Queen Elizabeth II was head.
You see, Britain had a stake in this. It backed the Nigerian government because it wanted to protect the oil investments that happened to be in Biafra's territory. This brutal legacy is another reason why the British monarchy and the Queen in particular have become symbols for many black and brown people around the world of colonial oppression.
These are not just statues, these are not just figureheads, these are direct beneficiaries of centuries of abuse, human enslavement, exploitation, extraction of natural resources, political destruction and devastation, and till today, continued meddling in African affairs. Listen to us, read and learn, and join us when we ask the British government to recognize what they did to aid and support the Biafra genocide.
Yes. And we know the truth when we hear one. Everybody's crying, everybody's talking. And we're joining our voices and saying that no matter what you do, the end justifies the means. So we are going there. We are going to have our independence. We're going to be free. Let them keep on running up and down, doing whatever they think they know how to do. You know, trying to suppress what we are saying. What? Well, they will try. Like I said before, they say nobody wants to sit down and fold your hand and then let you take food out of their table, because this is exactly what the British government is afraid of. that these people, that is quickly, they found out that they lost power. They are losing power with the old politicians, and the youths are rising in Nigeria. So what do? Quickly jump into coming into it. Why can't they leave us alone? Why can't they tell themselves the truth? Why can't they tell the world, you know something? We created this thing called, go to your archives and get the agreement that you had for the creation of Nigeria. Documents that you have refused people to get into. Go into it and you look at it. The man that even created this monster told you, after 100 years, let them go. It's past 100 years. This is 2021. Or 2022, that's all we are in. This old in 2004, made it 100 years, isn't it? Because it was 1904 to 2004. But you still don't want to give up. You're still struggling. You're still making sure that this nation that you created, this monster that you created that is killing everybody, remains the creation, that something that you have done. You made a mistake. You created a monster. It has not worked. Why can't you just for once get up? You are afraid when you do it to Nigeria, other African countries are going to raise their head. Of course they will. Who doesn't like to be free? They will raise their head. It is their right. Give it to them. Like I said before, you can't keep making a mistake because you think your mistake is right. No. You made a mistake. Correct the mistake when you find out the truth, and then let it go. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still talking about our freedom. That's exactly what we want, and that's what we are going to get. Let's listen to this.
Honorable Johnson Agbonayima.
These are people that are selling you, subjecting you to servitude, and then you go back there, you want to vote for them.
Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning to our viewers.
Thank you. Well, gentlemen, to both of you, we've been told so many truths in the media, here and there, about crude oil theft. But the most shocking is a report of the Trans-Escalabus pipeline that we were told had been used for siphoning fuel for up to 9 years. And at the exit point is the African platform managed by Shell. The papers are just reporting this morning that Shell is now going to carry out investigations. So what exactly is true and what exactly is not true? Honorable Agbonayima, you have worked in this area, you've done a lot of research, and Mr. Ejiofor, you are a state security director in the South-South axis. So what exactly is true? What is it that we should treat with a pinch of salt? Let's start with you, Honorable.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Ruben Abati, and our viewers out there. Good morning to you all. Well, this subject matter is a very serious issue. We have to deal with the oil theft in our dear nation that have been ongoing for so many years. Unfortunately, I had the opportunity to go into it when I moved a motion in the House, when I was the chairman, House Committee on U.S.-Nigeria Relations. And to the glory of God, Mr. Speaker, the former Speaker, Dugara, Honorable Speaker Dugara then, was very, very active and very cooperative, and he worked so hard. And the members of the 8th session then, we worked diligently to see how we can curb and do the needful to bring to bear this menace of oil theft that has been going on for so many years. As you may know, the motion moved, investigated. I left this country. I went to the United States more than 4 times. I will not fail to mention this name. The current Attorney General of the Federation, who was very supportive. Tom Polo, who was also very supportive in this investigation. What we are seeing today, without fear of favor, Engineer Kessiton, Tom Polo, and a very good friend that worked under President Jonathan, and that is Dr. Leke. They supported me in so many ways because the former President Goodluck Jonathan, wanted to see how we can fight this menace. And I said before on this platform that Tom Polo initiated this drive. We have been blaming the militants for the oil bunkering. The bunkering that is going on in the Niger Delta region, the oil thefts as a result of the militants that do bunkering. And I challenge them that no, apart from the bunkering, there are so many loopholes. There's so much crude oil gone to global destination through dubious means, sold, outside this country, money paid to different accounts. Were this money, repatriated or brought back to Nigeria? That's the question that we should ask. The truth of the matter is that they said the pipe, have been there for 9 years. My question remains, how do they know that it has been there for 9 years? Are you telling me that nobody, no government official were aware before you can bring rig of that magnitude to the high sea and pipe being laid down on the ground for so many years? Nobody can ascertain if it is 9 years, if it is 15 years or 16 years. Anyone that is saying it is 9 years, that means the person must tell us how he was able to identify, to know that it's 9 years. Dr. Ruben Abati, my brother, our Nigerian people, it is unfortunate. This is a document here. This document was brought to me, sent to me by the company that the former government engaged, and they were paid. The first mobilization was $5 million, that molecular power system, to undergo, to monitor and investigate the crude oil that left this country to global destination. They were to investigate 51 countries, but they were able to, undergo to investigate 41. The 41 country investigated, the documents are here. When I was in the house, they sent me a copy, and Dr. Ruben Abati, what is here, what left Nigeria to United States through Port of Houston and Port of Lake Charles? 391 million barrels left this country undeclared for through the help of United States Customs, who gave us comprehensive details. Kudos to Molecular Power System and Lumos, who now went further to conduct a terrific and horrific, alarming that you'll be hearing the outcome of the investigation. It is mind-boggling. Even to India, we have 226 million barrels gone to India. And you will see even Cameroon, Ghana, up to Togo, millions. And there's not enough time to really give details and to show you what left this country. That to the United States alone, over $17 billion gone to voicemail. And we invited NPC, and they told us, the document they gave us is right here. They are right here. Nothing left Nigeria. But US Customs told us what landed in the United States alone, 391, billion. And it's shocking. I'm happy you are showing on your screen. These are some of the investigations that I carried out, that I went to the United States with the support of the United States Congress then, who were so eager, this is wrong, that today, Nigeria government engaged a lawyer out of the United States, Anthony Stanley Jerome, who did a fantastic work. And he told me, Honorable Congressman EJ, I'm sorry, I am not going back to Nigeria again. The only way we can see light in this issue, we have to bring the litigation back to the United States. That the Nigerian people, some of the lawyers engaged by the Nigerian government, connive with the IOCs and some of the Nigerian companies here in Nigeria, not to see the light of day. Yes, we can have a headway by having commitment and the willingness to do the needful. Let's bring the litigation to the United States that we can get a result. It is my boggling, my brother. The documents are here. The money that were paid to various banks, Citibank, Chase Bank, Bank of America, they have details here. But unfortunately, we say Nigeria is broke. Nigeria is not broke. Nigeria is blessed. The money that belongs to Nigerian people is in the hands of the cabal, the few. They are not quote-unquote spirits. They are human beings like you and I. But we must do something about this. Enough is enough, Ruben Abati, my brother. This is sad that today, children, students graduated, they cannot get a job. No road. Look at Abuja, Benin is not motorable. Schools dilapidated. Hospital nowhere. Nothing to write home about. As a result of the crude oil theft. They have delayed the wheel of progress in moving this country forward.
Honorable, I'd like to still come back to you and ask you. This is a very mind-boggling report, and good one on you. Good job you have done. I'd like to ask you, what was the span of the report? You know, how many years?
Dollars. It went further. 2013. The total amount of barrels, 267,120,559 barrels, with the average price, selling price as at that time, $110 per barrel, now totaling $29 billion, 415,315,957. Now, you go further to 2014. They told us that they were able to produce 270 million barrels, 270 million, 719 and 119 barrels. Average price of $101 per barrel, totaling 27 billion, 588 million, 985,417 dollars. These are barrels. Now, let me tell you what is funny here. CBN confirmation receipt. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. CBN confirmation of receipt of the money that will transfer. The barrel they have yielded the total amount of 123 billion 981 million 183,703. Now
70 million barrels per day. So would you also work at a report from 2014 to 2022? So let's see also the work that is happening as we speak now. And when are you going to release this report to the public so public can have it, every Nigerian can have it out there in their hand? Because that's the way you can sustain what you've started.
Let me tell you something that is shocking to you. These are the banks. The banks money was paid to. Citibank, Chase Bank, Bank of America. All this money, this crude oil that landed in a global destination, the money were paid into various accounts. Where is that money? Are they back to Nigeria? I am ready. If I could do this, I use my resources. It is not government that pay me to go to America for over four times. The United States Congress, that was Honorable Congresswoman Sheila Dasili, supported me. The Congressman Smith, the chairman of US Africa, they all gave me human support. The DOJ then, they gave me support. They all gave me support. We
are saying that in fact, crude oil theft was not as serious as this until the deployment of almost every military unit, security unit to the place. And that the people behind this, two persons have sent to me,
All right, let's go on. This is the oil theft in the zoo. It didn't start today, my brothers. I'm telling the gospel. I'm an eyewitness. I wasn't very interested in all this game when I was growing up. I was a musician, but unfortunately or fortunately, I had friends who were connected with this kind of deal. I will give you a case in point. It didn't start today. When they're saying 2013, 2014, no. I know that in the 70s, the thing started around that is the time that we came out of the war, came out of Biafra war. And I had this friend, a very close, well, I wouldn't call him I was a singer, so he was a fan of mine that knew me very well. And this guy built a very magnificent hotel somewhere and came to engage my band. And his manager who came in was like, my boss is your friend, he knows you, he said that he must have to get you. I said, well, I have too many friends, and we eventually went to perform for him. He showered us he paid us almost 3 times what he was supposed to pay us, and he became a personal friend. And I spent time in his house during that period. I was always going back and forth to see him. He had a guest house that was accessible to me. I could just go in there whenever I want. And being as close as we were, I tried to find out from him how this wealth came out. That's oil theft. He told me categorically he wasn't stealing the oil from anybody. He was a custom officer, and what his job was to sit down there at the creek and record how many barrels that are going out. And whatever bad number of barrels he says goes out is what goes out. He is paid in advance with foreign currency. I mean, the guy, his wealth was extraordinarily. He was then, like I said, I was into music, so I wasn't into all that crap. And he was the one that encouraged me to go to the US and do something and everything. And can imagine in the 70s, as I was coming to this country, he gave me $12,000 in cash. Yeah, I'm not making it up. So when they're saying oil thefts, it didn't start today. It didn't start today. Anybody who was in there, why do you think they hassled Jonathan out of office? This is telling you, the investigation was going on. Tomorrow they'll tell us Fulanis are not thieves. They are the ones that are stealing up our wealth. And all this money, where is it coming out of Biafra land? It's coming out of the creek. And go to the creek. That pig that they call himself, as I talk about, sits down there like a baluted pig. He's not even thinking. I saw him on the comment there with tear rubber. For him, driving a car is a big thing. Car, motor. The oil in your country, your situation, your people, they are polluting your neighborhood. Your women are being raped. Your mothers cannot go to their market and everything. And you sit down there and you're talking about something that's not relevant. Tom Polo is part of the investigation. And these are the people that pig will compare himself to. No, you can't. So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that this whole thing that is happening is cabal. We need Biafra, for God's sake. This is the only thing that will save us from this mess. Because you can't tell me that we have Biafra. Let us say during the first war we got Biafra and this is what happened in the creek. No, Abonima will be like heaven. God knows that. You can't. You go to Joland, the water is polluted. The people are still, some of them are still living in Kanu. You know, those days used to be like, you see a Kanu is like a house. That's where they stay. You go to Obaru or Somala. I served in all those areas. These people, the oil is coming from their land. They are not getting anything. Look at the kind of billions they are calling. Meanwhile, children are there starving to death. You think it started today? No, it did not start today. It will not end. As long as the Fulani people are there, they are the thieves that we have. I'm telling you the truth. That's why the British want them to remain there, because they didn't. I'm telling you, my friend, personal friend, one-on-one. told me they pay me in advance, foreign pounds. It's not even dollars. At that time it was pounds. He will show me some British currency that I've never seen in my life because he had this money. The money was coming like in a Ghana must go. Not even Ghana must go at that time because there was no Ghana must go, but a bag that looks like Ghana must go. These are foreign currencies. And don't forget, at that time, Naira had power too. Naira was very, very strong at that time. So even if they give him Naira, it was still stronger, so quite even stronger than the dollar at the time. Because I remember 60 kobo to $1. I knew when that was. That was when I came to this country. But can you imagine back then? Because I'm talking about way back. I'm talking about the 70s. We were talking about 74, 75, 76. Far before the first tax, 77. So these people started stealing. That's why the British government will never, 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 ever, ever let you have Biafra. Because these people who here, they have been stealing, robbing us, and the whole thing is in their blood, in their system. It's running in their system. There's no way they're going to give it up. But you know something? They will give it up. Chukwokika Biama is on our side. One day, Ojeji Fen Wataye when Yakenu. To Akaya one day, Nwatakiri will take back what belongs to him. Because we know that Biafra will come. Biafra is going to be here with us no matter what they do. No matter how much they try to stop us, we will keep on going. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. My name is Mazi Iyke. What I will do at this time is I'll open up the lines for you to make your calls, but that doesn't going to stop us from talking. We'll keep doing what we are doing. If your call comes in, we will stop talking and then pick up your call. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Call us. The lines are open for you.
Hey! Don't bring Victor! Biafra deje no obia ije freedom na udo ka ina rio anya choni ihe kpọfọ ọbara n'elu anyị bụ ndị Biafra bụ ndị judo na-aga oge maka iru ọma ka eju na-aga aga n'elu ọ ga-adịkwara anyị na mma Omo Biafra tekene Biafra na tako Igbo nwe mmadụ no Igbo nwe mmadụ na tako Omo Biafra deje Biafra na tako no Igbo nwe mmadụ na tako Eji megwu mekene Chifu Nnamdi Kanu Odogwu ga-adịrị mma onye eze n'ọdụ ụlọ dị mma ọkwa ndị solo gili n'ụwa akọrọ oge ogili lacha ọkwa osisi bụrụ otolo emesego n'ụmakwere ọkwa anyị ma n'ọnọdụ ugo ọdụrụ na-egbe mma ọkwa okoko onye arụ a na-achụwa ya ọsọ otu ekwesị eliko nni ọ ga-ejikwe n'ogologo ngaji dike Kanu gị bụ na London dike Kanu gị bụ na Israel Dike Kanu gị bụ na Russia Dike Kanu gị bụ na India Dike Kanu gị bụ na Biafra Nnamdi Kanu Dike Kanu gị bụ na Biafra Nsogbu enyi mba enyi Nsogbu enyi mba enyi anyị ga-azọgbu ndị ilo enyi mba enyi Nsogbu enyi mba enyi ụmụ Igbo niile tekene Igbo nwe mmadụ anasago Igbo nwe mmadụ nọ ewo ọ dịwụla anyị Igbo nwe mmadụ anasago onye nwere kesi zanye n'osisale my blood onye nwere nke chukwu nye no chukwu okike.
All right, I have a call coming in on a principal officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Mazi Iyke.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, my name is Chukwu Manuel. I'm speaking from my location. I greet you once again for this topic, for your topic this morning. I greet my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who set up this platform. Honestly, I don't know where to start let me start from greeting our leader. Without Radio Biafra, where do you hear this type of news? This radio exposes so many secret things that is going on in the whole world, especially in Nigeria. Look at Nigeria is going to China to borrow 3 billion, to borrow 5 billion, while they over $100 billion they are stealing from the oil in Nigeria. And people still talking about Nigeria today. This statement that the man in question is talking about, they will not follow it up. They will talk today, tomorrow, they will bury it. The whole evil continue. The only solution for our people is to support IPOB, to support our leader. There's no two ways about it. Because the plan of British and all the whole world is to keep Nigeria in perpetual slave. Look at the whole world, including Americans. They are stealing the oil from so-called Nigeria. That is why many of them are not saying anything, because they know what they are doing. That is by the way. I want to talk to Malami. Malami is a criminal and is a thief and is a robber put together. Malami, what you did in Imo State, you have done it, and today Chukwukikabiama have exposed you to the whole world to know that you are a criminal. You are not Minister of Justice. You remove Iwedoha in Imo State, which people elected as a governor, and put number 4, Hope Uzotima, and use gun to force him to stay in Imo State. And since then, you have been killing people, trying to prove out that IPOB is killing people. All those people that is killing Imo State, Anambra State, Abia State, Ebonyi State, everywhere, is the people that is working for Malami, so that they will bring their false information to him to gather up to continue deceiving the court in Abuja. Every day to continue changing from one corner to another one. But today is very clear that the whole world have understand that Malami is a criminal. And that's go to all the Fulanis in Nigeria.
Thank you.
I hope people will understand that Malami is a disgrace to humanity. God has exposed you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I greet my leader who set up this platform to expose the evil in Nigeria. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. Thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra. Call us.
Open for you.
646-920-451. 845-344-7984. 929-406-995.
Production. Show face on the microphone. Shalom in the air. Shalom Muchineke. We are getting there. It's a matter of time. Shalom. Bosom, you know me say I go say my right for you, Nigeria. Bosom, you know me say I don't know myself again. Yeah. The love I have for Biafra has taken over my heart. It's burning like fire. Biafra is my heart desire. I want her like Messiah. Nnamdi Kanu is Messiah. My love, I'm ready.
All right, I have a call coming in. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. All right, the line is ringing, but I can't pick it up because I can't find a way to pick it up. All right, let's continue with what we are doing. Maybe the caller have to call us back. The line is ringing actually, but one of these technologies, you can find a way to pick it up. Call us back, caller. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Be patient, my love. Biafra is the hope. Be patient, never relent. Biafra is the hope. Biafra the come. I want to go full. Go package forever. Go manage again. Bosom. A lot of people could not pay their aspirin again in Nigeria. Bosom.
All right, caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, Rapture, good morning to you.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, my brother. God bless us.
Bless us.
My name is Mazi Iyke. I heard what you are saying, and let me say we thank God for everything.
Yes.
Because some people think that this struggle is a child play. No, it is not. One thing I want us to put in our mind is that Nigeria or Nigeria or Zoo, we call it, is what they are. They have no shame. They have no shame. Where our education, some part of the so-called contraction, when you get 15%, you are, I don't know what I will call it, with somebody who has 95%. You are better than somebody who have 95% from the south, where you have 15% in the north. This made me to remember one thing that is written in the Bible, that no secret that will not be revealed.
Yes.
And what we are saying here is that these things are happening. Our people are not talking. The people we are talking about, they don't even bloody care. They don't care. See what is happening. Every year we have a flood all over. They are not making any arrangement to see how they will improve. This is from where we get daily food. These are the people suffering for us to eat. So I don't know where we are going to start. But one thing is sure. I'm asking Chukwokika that those who are Nigerians within Biafra will not live to see Biafra.
Yes.
And Biafra is coming. Very, very soon. Biafra is coming. I want to tell us something today. Peter Obi, you said Obi is Igbo name, but Gregory and Peter. You have never seen somebody answering two English names.
Oh, wow.
I want to explain to you. He was brought up by the Catholic. One of his brothers, his senior brother is a reverend father. He has a reverend sister, his sister. So Peter is his baptism name, and Gregory is confirmation name in Catholic.
Okay.
He didn't, Peter is not answering any name, and I don't think He has an Igbo name, but he didn't want anything to do with that Igbo name. Obi is their surname.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say here is our people should know that the British government, they are the ones sponsoring the campaign of P2B.
Of course.
We should understand that.
Yes.
The money they stole from us is what they use to now distract us. Please, we must be careful. We must be careful. These people are pushing us so that we will react, so that we will start, will I call it battle? The first one was battle that I participated, but the coming one, they want to make it what? War. That is why they are shifting all whatever they are shifting it down the south here. But Onyendu confirm is a prophet. Yes. I'm telling you the truth. He said, these people, they will kill us. They will kill us. At the end of the day, what? We will kill them.
Yes.
So let them continue, because I know what happened in Ogoja. I know what happened there.
Yes.
We are in our house. Let them come. We will not ask them not to come. Let them come. Is the north not open? Terrorists are taking over the whole north.
Yes.
If you hear Erufai say, Amateku, this and that, they give them rifle, that the bandit, they cannot withstand the bandit. Bandit is a name. All these people you see going around, Boko Haram, herdsmen, all of them, they are terrorists.
Yes.
All. So we must be careful that they don't push us.
Yes.
So that they unite, say, okay, all their tankers, everything is in the south here. But in the north, there is open. Because they are one. The federal government of Nigeria and the terrorists, and they call them Malamio, and with the slave in our place. All of them, they are working in line. Their agenda is one. Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your call. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. They will kill us. They will kill us. In the end, Biafra shall come. We know that. Let them keep on bringing all their arsenal, bring them down to the south, do anything. We are in our home. We are not going to go anywhere. We're not running away from our home. You know, it's like me coming to fight you in your Buckingham Palace. No, you will fight back. Because you're already on the ground, you're already on the wall. We're at the wall, there's a wall behind us that we cannot run to anywhere. So keep coming. You will die in our land. Your father has never succeeded, and you are not going to succeed. There's no doubt about it. This is Radio Biafra. I have a call coming in on Principal Officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning to you. Yes, good morning, my brother, my veteran. Our professor, thank you very much.
Yeah,
well. My name is Ifan Chukwumada Abuchi, and I'm calling from the Kingdom of the Netherlands. My brother, thank you for your work and for picking my call. You see, Britain, not only Britain this time, I went through the list of those countries where the illicit oil went to. Now, my brother, my people, you understand why I entered this struggle in 2014. We have, from even before my entering, our people have been doing demonstrations, submitting letters of what is happening to us. So since 2014 to now, even here in the Netherlands, we always go to the parliament, we go to the embassies, we submit a letter to the parliament, what is happening to us, we lobby, we have the international lawyer, Professor Gordon, who is everything that we tell them all over the world is not only in Britain or Netherlands now, all over the world, those so-called developed countries, they are eating from us, and we are being called poor. We are scavenging all over the world. We are doing everything. Even if they allow you even to do anything, to even wash the gutter or plate before you can say you are working. But we are the sons of the kingdom of heaven on earth. I saw hundreds of millions of barrels going illegally to countries and they are in their countries, they can't even give some of our people a resident permit. So what I'm saying, my brother, on Monday I called you. I was saying to our elders who they say we want to consult their elders, their politicians before. But our elders went to these people to say, do this political, political work. Let's solve this thing politically. They say, we think about it. Then when they turned the back, the so-called president said, I want to interfere with the judiciary. Now in the judiciary, the Court of Appeal has given our leader discharge and acquittal. They refuse to leave him. So while I called you then, I was telling our elders to tell those people to listen. I will not go further in that. But do you know what happened? On that march, to tell you that Britain is dealing with us, even in the media. I saw our people standing in 10 Downing Street. I went to my Facebook page and I wrote, God bless Biafra, God bless Nnamdi Kanu, God bless IPOB, UK must let Biafra go. Do you know what Facebook did? They blocked me.
Yeah,
they said I'm not showing the they blocked me. They said I'm not showing their community standard. What have I done wrong? What is wrong with what I just wrote to you? You see that Facebook, all of them are ganging up because they know what their countries are getting from our land.
Yes.
They will not leave us. Even President Trump, when he was in power, he said his friends are getting rich in Nigeria. But so how are we thinking that these people who know the deal that all their countries, all their rich developed countries are getting their way from our land, their pension funds are in their oil companies stealing from our land, how do we think that they will let us go? So what we are saying now is Britain is funding or sponsoring whoever or all the parties in Nigeria because they do it. They sponsor this and what they care is to maintain the lawless damnation called Nigeria so that the thievery will be going on because the money is coming to them. Yes. And now the conclusion to all this is that our help is in the name of Chukwuokike Biama, and nobody will rescue us from this situation. None but ourselves will free ourselves, our people, and our fatherland, our motherland, our homeland. Let's not depend on these people. Let's do everything humanly possible. And Chukwuokike Biama, the first multiplier, will help us and liberate us because our leader, my role model, honest to God. Because when I was growing up, I was looking up to my father. But in my adulthood, I found a role model that will never ever be wiped up in the annals or history of the world because he has seen what is happening to us, and he said, I want to rescue my people, come what may. And Chukwuokike Biama, who sent him, will fulfill and his journey and make the name of himself, Chukwuokike Biama. God bless Biafra and God bless you, my brother. Good day.
Well, thank you very much. All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra, USA 2. I keep saying it that the British people, the British. You see, well, our brother lady just did something on the Facebook and they banned him for that. What did he do? Say, long live Biafra. And British should let us go. So what is the bad thing? What is the, they're taking advantage. But you know something, the media, they can do what they want. The point is that the day the Biafrans turn around and say we're not going to use Facebook anymore, they will come crying. There's no need. Let them keep doing what they are doing, and when nobody's cursing anybody, that to let my people go is not a bad slang. It's not, never been, and will never ever be. So no matter what they do, we are here, and our freedom is paramount in our heart. That's exactly what we want, and no matter what they do, they can go to Supreme Court, they can go to whatever court. I saw somebody publish something here, say 24th of October. I don't know where he got that from. And they're going to hear the Supreme Court. But you know something? Everything is going to our own benefit. Like I said, process. When something is on the process, you think, you think it's a bad thing. I was listening to Mike Tyson's philosophical talks when he said that the best time he had in his life was when he was in prison. And of course, in prison he never had anything, but eventually he saw the light, because that's where most people get whatever they want. David was one of them. All right, I have a call here. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good afternoon from here.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, my big brother, Mazi Iyke. I salute you for the good job that you are doing. This is your brother Ugo, calling from the UK.
Yeah.
Mazi, yes, Mazi, thank you very much. Mazi, what we are going to be telling America and the British, they should let my people go. That is the slogan, let my people go. And let me say something here. I want to use this opportunity to tell our leader, HOD, please. Everybody have seen that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a free man, being discharged by the zoo courts because he has no case to answer. But the whole world has seen him. But the Fulanis, they are not holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they are holding him because he's an Igbo man. Our people should understand it. Fulanis hate us and we hate them. Biafrans hate them with the venom that is in your liver. Hate them. Let me tell our people something. If you don't hate it, you show them your own hatred. They will think they have violence against other people. That is why I am saying Malami always come to England. Let our intelligence put their eyes on the ground. If we have to pay intelligent people here, we pay them and let them give us, anytime we arrive here, let them give us where he is. We die with these people. They think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu they are holding. They think we are going to keep quiet. I've been telling our people not to just pray people. After all, the hotel they are staying, some people are cleaners there. Just keep us where they are in the hotel. Malami always come here. And let me tell my people in Biafra land, in Alaba International Market, Ipob. Let me put it this time. Anybody that comes to your market to kill you, kill the idiots. Stop complaining. Anybody, I have seen my people are beginning to say it. I think the time is now. Anybody that come to kill you, go the idiot there. Enough is enough. This is not the time. We have been crying for a long time. Anybody that come to kill you, they come to kill you not because of any. They come to kill you because you're an Igbo man. Oh no, black guy in your market to kill you. Kill the bastard. And let me tell Biafrans, I pray every day for this World War III, this nuclear bomb war. I pray for it every day. That is where our freedom lies. I pray for this nuclear bomb. Let it go. I want it to start going up.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls on 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. Please give us a call. The lines are still open for you. But right now, I'll take a very short recess and I'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
My originality. Land of the rising sun. Biafra, land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my fatherland. Biafra, land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my fatherland. We are children of the Most High, called by the name of God, the Creator. Wise men from the east, south, and the middle. Great Biafran people. We take it to idol worship and we lost the face of our God. And as we were load in Niger was shepherd, the British entered then, trading on the Niger, exploiting your people, trading by barter. You give me palm oil and take soup, so them enter there. I brought in civilization, brought in your religion, and told us about America, and we embraced them. I never knew them got Nigeria water. With religious pitted us amongst our brethren, with denomination tear us apart. Building churches, schools and hospitals. We never knew we had to pay this much to be your place forever. Oh, Nana. So we fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schism. We fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schism. But our lives have gone poor. At the very spot we left our America. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. Biafra, land of the rising sun. Land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my father. The descendants of Abraham. Biafra, from Father Isaac. The descendants of Jacob. Biafra is a reality. My fatherland. My original legend.
Why are you people lying? Why don't you tell them they want an independent Biafra? Oh, they're fighting for their freedom. So owe everything to Chukwuka Biafra who asked us to come. Not by our own might, nor power, nor will, but by the grace of the Most High.
Back in 1914, amalgamation, colonial master.
All right, I'm back again on Sit Caller. Good morning. Let's take a call from Principal Officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Ike Peter.
Welcome to the
program. From here.
There we go.
My name is Ike Bidike, calling from Libreville, Gabon. Mazi, I call with the last caller, just last caller now. It has taken to Fulani they have pushed us to the wall. We hate them as well as they hate us. And people that are in Allah, Yoruba people cannot defeat us. When they fight us, they beat us anywhere, even if in the north. I remember what happened in Kanu, if I'm not mistaken, 1986 or so. We fought them in the heart of their house. They are in Kanu. They are afraid of us. I don't know why we people are always as if we are afraid of Fulani. Who is Fulani, by the way? To stand an Igbo man, or who is Yoruba to stand an Igbo man? But that is by the way. They must release our leader, whether they like it or not. Spring Court says Spring Court. We will first of all obey the budget of appeal court. Let our leader go. Our leader now is a free man. They are just looking for another thing, which I know that is those call our politicians that are holding our leader, not even Fulani, not Britain. Britain, they are now into problem. The Prime Minister have resigned. Another one they will get up, will resign again until they leave Biafra before they will have peace. If not, they can never have peace. There is no peace for a wicked. Let them people Kadiam is on our side. By His grace of God, our leader will be out. And I thank you to the radio presenter. I thank HOD and the DOS. I thank every IPOB members. More grace to our elbow. We are already here. In Biafra is already our place. We have already gotten it.
There we go.
Only that just a little push will be there. Mazi, God bless you.
God bless you too. All right, thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra USA too. As I want to onye jife nwata when you came. But Sakala will to Akamate will fair. So we will take our land. Whether they like, Britain can keep on fooling around. I heard that Prime Minister resigned actually. I saw it somewhere this morning. They keep on resigning. It's not over yet. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with the Chukwukika Biama is in control. They are controlling our destiny. Just stay calm. That's what he said. His last speech was, be very calm. We don't want to start killing our people. And he said, that's why I am here. Yes. If I buy to Aja, or he will even have time to concentrate and pray that the destination will be reached quicker than expected. If they think that by going to court, after the Supreme Court, where they're going to go? Anywhere, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will walk a free man. He's already a free person. He's been free. Forget about this temporal door that they locked, that they have no control over. He is there. He's definitely with us. Spiritually, he's with us. He has never left us, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop that. We are resolute in what we are doing, and there is nothing anybody can do to stop what we are doing. Call us. The lines are still open. I have to take two more calls before I call it a day. 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953.
Open Mr. The Success, and the microphone. You don't tell what we fight for this freedom. You don't tell what we fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 Tell me what to do, tell me what you do, tell me what you see, tell me what you see, tell me what you know. When we talking about the referendum, oh you see, I have to go for long. We don't become Muslim for long. Back in the days, you know what's up. But because of Uru, the photos to come out. I remember when my father they tell me about the war. Then spend so much money just to collaborate. Success in one way, a typically go man. You don't tell what we fight for this freedom. You don't tell what we fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 Oh yeah. You don't tell what we fight for this freedom. To fuck it can be my eye, go rescue your children. Even if I can't say one never make we know make all these politicians so. No mind never just come around, no promise us heaven and earth. No go see anything after the election. No election in Biafra land. We go sit at home that day, make you no forget home. It's the princess success you have your partner no son. Nnamdi Kanu, Chukwuka gozi ringi. Your friend the motherland, Chukwuka gozi ringi. You don't tell what we fight for this freedom. You don't tell what we fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. All we need is the referendum. All we need is the referendum. All we need is the referendum.
right, referendum is only now that you have the opportunity, because there will come a time, not very long from now, that opportunity, that road will close. Whether you like it or you don't like it, what we want is our freedom. We're going to get it, regardless of any way that you want it. If you want it peacefully, fine. We have been peaceful, and we are going to remain peaceful as long as you know what you're doing is right. Do the right thing, and do not think that our quietness doesn't mean weakness. It means that we are being considerate, we are thinking, we are using our brain. We are not just writing haphazardly. Our leader has been reduced officially by your own court. Declare that he has not done anything wrong, that you were wrong to have gone out there to bring him illegally back into the country and expect to get justice. We are not stupid. They can go to the Supreme Court, and let me see how the Supreme Court will even listen to you guys. Because if you are not obeyed a simple instruction, you have no right. You've lost your right to proceed. So you go out there, you obey the instruction that you're given, do what you're told to do, then go back and then make a reprimanded or whatever.
The genocide against Biafrans continues until United Nations and the whole world rise up to this very challenge and acknowledge that a great deal of injustice was done to Biafrans. Tomorrow is our sit at home. Complete and utter lockdown everywhere. And as I said earlier, I do commend the governors for coming out and saying that civil servants should not come or should not turn up to work tomorrow. It's a very good thing. We must all adversaries, our enemies, to understand this very iota, not 1 inch, because Biafra must come. Because the hatred have continued to this very day. As I'm speaking and addressing all of you right now, they are still arresting extrajudicially murdering people.
All right, that was our leader. Let me go back. I want to air this from the top. Actually, I want him to address us. It's a clip from the past. When you listen to anything that he said, and you think, a lot of people will call me and want to find out, is he out of Kuje prison?
People in our land, people who are alien to our culture, our way of life.
The man has really, it's very prophetic. So whatever he says, and any day you hear it, it will sound as if it's something that he just said. But these are things that he said many years ago. Many years ago. He said these things, and they are all so prophetic. In fact, I'm leaving a comment here that somebody asked the question, where is he really talking from? Is he talking from inside the jail? No, he is not, my dear. It was something that he said that was prophetic. You know, when as in Onyamoma, his words never get old. When they say something, whether you like to accept it or not, the thing will never just go away like that, because he has already said it, and when he says it, it remains indelible. There is no way you are going to be able to erase what he has said. So our leader, Mazi Nnamdi, most of the things that we air back, he never actually given the opportunity to speak from the DSS, because they know how dangerous that would be for them. To allow him to be in the DSS dungeon and then speak from there, or give him a radio, then their aims is defeated, because the reason for what they are doing is to make sure that they silence him, so that they will see if his leaders would all disperse. They're wasting their time. They can plan all these things, but you know something? He is not somebody who campaigned for us to follow him. He is not somebody whom we are following because he's going to give us shishi. No, we follow him because we know the truth, that what resonates around him is the truth, and that truth is something that we decided on. That's why we are following him. There is nothing anybody can do to change that. If you think that by incarcerating him, all of us are going to stop following him, well, then you are more foolish than I thought you were, because you have to understand that the man did not bring us to himself the way you think normal people will bring themselves. No, we only followed him because we listen to him and we feel that whatever he's saying makes sense.
And we are not going to stop. I want the world to understand me very clearly. We are not going to stop. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter how many lives they extinguish. It doesn't matter the genocidal tendencies they bring with them into our land. We are not going to stop. Everybody listening, everybody watching, everybody remotely interested in justice and peace must understand this. Our destination is freedom, and that very place we're heading to is Biafra. And nobody, no soul on this earth can stop us. Instead of Biafra not to come, we all perish. I want our adversaries, our enemies to understand this very, very clearly. We are not going to retreat, not one iota, not 1 inch, because Biafra must come. Because the hatred has continued to this very day. As I'm speaking and addressing all of you right now, they are still arresting extrajudicially murdering people in our land, people who are alien to our culture, our way of life, our tradition. They are in our land directing their people to slaughter, to kill without mercy. Unfortunately, those we regard as political leaders have connived with these people to ensure the decimation of their own population. That is the type of nonsense we can no longer condone. As you all know, there is no significant Fulani presence in our land because our fathers taught us how to fight. And we are doing so today without apologies to any idiot. We're not going to apologize because we have been apologizing for nearly 50 years. And we have not gotten anywhere in terms of our collective advancement and development in the damn level zoological republic called Nigeria. That is why we must continue what we're doing. And that is why anybody who is remotely interested in the affairs of our people must understand this. That we are determined, doubly determined. 50 years, or should I say 54 years is a very long time. And 51 years since the end of the war. But now that we have come, or should I say now that God Almighty in heaven has determined that we should come, we are not going to relent. We are not going to do anything whatsoever to jeopardize the sanctity and the holiness of this very mission. We love our people. We love every ethnic nationality that makes up Nigeria as it is presently constituted. We have no hatred towards anybody. We love peace. We love life. We love the progress of other people. But we are in a country where people hate us for no reason, where people despise us for no reason, and we can no longer go on apologizing. And Nigeria as a state, the entire Africa as a continent must acknowledge. The same way they acknowledge the genocide in Rwanda, they must rise up to acknowledge the genocide in Biafra land, or else there will be no peace nor development in the whole of Africa. And I'm not saying it apologetically. I am stating a fact that ought to be forcefully demanded for. And Biafra itself must be restored for those who have come before us.
All right, this is the end of today's program. I want you to stay tuned, don't go away, because Mazi Iyke is next. We are resolute in what we are doing. Our leader has told you that we are not going to stop until Biafra is restored. That's all we are asking for, is our freedom. And before I go, I just got the sad news that one of my friends, my colleague, lost his wife this morning, Rennie. Rennie used to be the bass player for Action Group, and the wife is kind of a loved one, some beloved family. Beautiful family, and may her soul, gentle soul, rest in peace. I just saw it on Facebook this morning, but I think I'll make a call to him later on today to console him for his wife, because these things do happen. And as in my Iyke, that's our name. My father's name is Iyke. No matter how strong you are, it's something that will eventually befall you, it befalls everybody. You know, death is like somebody taking a trip, and still others are still going to join later, but nobody wants it actually. But because nobody knows what goes on out there, unfortunately, whether you know it or you don't know it, will eventually get there when it is your turn. From here, I still have to remind you that Biafra for us is our religion, and here on Radio Biafra, that's where we worship. Stay tuned, please don't go away, because Mazi Iyke is next. From here, from me, it's goodbye.
In Biafra lies our